Shiba Inu added 5,653 new wallets in 7 days, as wallets holding SHIB rose 87.7% during the period. The Shiba Inu wallet's angle matters because the jump is large enough to matter, but the source of that activity still needs proof. The tension is whether SHIB wallets turns into a durable change or simply a sharp data point. That is why the first read should stay close to the confirmed numbers: 5,653 new wallets, 87.7% rise, and the immediate checkpoint around 81T SHIB reserves. For a market structure story, the useful readout is how capital, liquidity, rates, or risk appetite changes after the first move. The reason to keep watching is that the next checkpoint can change the meaning of the first move. The baseline matters because the total holder count moved above 1,562,990, while April 21 alone brought 4,958 new investors into the ecosystem. The key baseline details are 4,958 in a day and 1,562,990 holders, which give the story scale without requiring speculation. This scene grounds the viewer before the mechanism takes over. If the baseline changes, the rest of the story changes with it, because the consequence depends on whether those confirmed details keep holding. The most important baseline split is between what is already visible and what still needs confirmation from the next public signal. That scope keeps the segment focused on the mechanism that actually changes outcomes. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. Mechanically, wallet growth can signal renewed participation, but exchange reserves near 81 trillion SHIB show that liquidity still sits heavily on centralized venues. That is the working engine behind Shiba Inu wallets, and it explains why the event cannot be read only as a surface move. In this case, the mechanism connects 5,653 new wallets with 81T SHIB reserves. When that connection weakens, the story becomes less about the initial number and more about whether the system, market, or policy process can absorb stress. That mechanism is the reason a viewer should watch process quality, not just the largest number in the story. The practical effect lands on SHIB holders get a participation signal, while traders have to separate new demand from exchange-based churn. For viewers, the useful question is who actually has to react: users, traders, issuers, regulators, operators, or institutions. Here, Shiba Inu sits at the center of that reaction, while Shiba Inu shapes the next practical step. The consequence is strongest where the event changes access, trust, liquidity, compliance planning, or the cost of making a decision. That makes the impact measurable through behavior, not through hype around the topic. The unresolved part is the sudden April 21 spike has not been clearly tied to retail demand, coordinated buying, or large holder activity. That limit matters because the confirmed facts do not automatically prove the most aggressive interpretation. The safer split is to treat 87.7% rise as established context, while leaving the unresolved part open until a stronger signal appears. That keeps the story useful without turning a partial data point into a conclusion. The open point should remain separate from the confirmed facts until a filing, market move, patch, data release, or official action closes the gap. If later evidence changes the read, the story should adjust around that evidence. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. The next signal is whether active wallets keep rising while exchange reserves and buying pressure stay stable. For Shiba Inu wallets, that is the point where the story either gains confirmation or stays stuck as an unresolved market, policy, security, or adoption question. The practical readout is to follow 81T SHIB reserves alongside the supporting details: 0.00006243 price and 5,653 new wallets. If that next signal arrives, the story moves. If it does not, the only confirmed position is the one already visible in the evidence. The viewer should leave with one concrete checkpoint, not a prediction about where the market or policy process must go.